Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets. Today joined by
Brits
of Anomyces, checking out some barley wine, or barley wine. This is, or barley wine is life, B-I-L.
Barley wine.
It's barely wine,
yeah.
And then you have a bear on the label drinking wine. There we go. Oh shit, we gave away artwork sequence for a beer. Sequence. So this is the Hair of the Dog and the Molen Binkie Clause, Woodford Reserve Barrel Aged. So, Hair of the Dog is one of the first hype breweries in the States, really. They became famous with Dave, their ice-boxed barley wine or whatever it was. I never tried it, but that was one of the first beers you heard. It's like, this is crazy. And I think, like, there's still bottles around, but I wouldn't imagine that being good anymore. But they make fabulous barrel-aged beers. They were in Denmark for a while, then out, and pretty much permanently out. You never really see them in Europe nowadays. I actually even traded from some barrel-aged versions back in the day, like Fred and stuff like that. Fred and Adam and some different ones. Cherry Adam, those.
Oh yeah, Adam, yeah.
Yeah, they're Adam beer. They make an Adam beer.
Yeah.
Like, no one does that. Because it's an extinct style from Germany. But this is made in collaboration with Brouwery de Molen, which is another famous European brewery from the Netherlands, famous for making barrel-aged beers. They're really good at it.
Yeah.
Menno has really been doing this for a long time. He's one of the first people doing barrel-aged beer in Europe. So it's two OG giants coming together to make something great. And it's a malt cannon. And it's such a fucking shame that malt cannons are not being appreciated as much anymore.
Yeah.
Because
straight up malt cannon.
Malt cannons are awesome.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Especially barrel-aged.
When I reviewed Kane's Shadow Pictures, it's one of the best old ales from the States. No one watched it. And when I was there in the States at Kane, they still had bottles in the fridges because people didn't, go crazy for it because, it's malty beer. It's just like...
It doesn't have adjunct.
It doesn't have adjunct or taste like it's not hazy. It's terrible.
We have to admit adjuncts make it sound
fun. It does. And it's also great.
Oh, vanilla.
But this kind of stuff usually is also great. And I think it's going to be great just judging by this small whiff I got from here. So this is 11.4% barley wine-ish, as they say on there. Woodford Reserve Bourbon barrels. And then it seems like the base might be Doggy Claws from Hair of the Dog because it also says Doggy Claws on the label. And it's called Binkie Claws. So maybe it's a mashup of recipes. They have lots of barley wines at Demona and whatnot. I'm not sure if they have anything with Binkie in the name. It's even dry hopped, but I don't think you'll taste that from a barrel-aged beer.
No, it's 1.5 year old.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, but this will be nice because the almond version that me and Michael had was awesome.
I actually also tasted that one on the sideline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
I was quite ill.
yeah. But Michael, he loves his almonds. So
yeah.
But this looks, oh man, it smells great. This looks like a real classic barley wine. It's like this nice brown color,
biscuity head. Almost.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's like almost like,
custardy.
Yeah. It's like this kind of brown, nice color. Also a nice head for a strong beer. It's barrel aged.
I can smell a lot of bourbon from here.
Fudge, man. Let's check out the aroma. Oh,
yeah.
That smells really good. Surprisingly, the hops are kind of there.
It is, actually.
It is lightly hoppy.
But biscuity, like digestive biscuits.
It's like American style barley wine. I guess that's why it's also dry hop. And usually I prefer the English style barley wines, but since this has had a lot of age on it, you can definitely sense the hops are not popping as much, but fuck.
I like that it just has like a touch.
Yeah, just a slight touch.
To give it a slight dryness.
And brightness.
Yeah.
Big bourbon, big fudgy, caramelly, jammy, kind of, I don't know, not jammy, because there's also jammy kind of forest fruit notes, or dark fruit.
It's just like caramelly.
But caramelly, fudgy, vanilla bourbon whiskey.
If jammy is more like a compote, if that makes sense. Or compote. Yeah.
And also, I'm getting a hint of red apple, actually.
Yeah.
Almost like an Applejack kind of vibe. If you don't know Applejack, it's actually an American apple brandy.
It actually reminds me a bit of red apples.
Yeah, that's what
but like freshly cut red apples. But that's probably the hops. Still being a bit in there and just.
It could also be some acetaldehyde or some oxidation. I doubt it. There's also like honey sweetness to it.
Yeah.
To me, like a kind of honey richness. It smells really nice.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh man.
Wow, that is fucking well balanced beer, man.
Yeah.
Shit. I love it. That is really good.
Straight up really good barley wine.
The mouthfeel on that is perfect.
So silky and...
So silky and rich without being too much. It's like the dryness of hops and barrel just cuts it so it's not too much. Yeah, I think it's American barley wine because it does have hoppy flavor to it.
Yeah, it does have that.
It is light. I must say I prefer the British ones, but it does give some balance to all that like, sweet malt.
Yeah, I think the base is doggy claws.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm almost like getting like chestnut vibes to it.
Yeah. Slightly
caramel
herbal.
toffee rye bread, almost like caramelized rye bread. Herbal a little bit, yeah, for sure. Spicy.
Yeah, and especially
lots of vanilla and bourbon flavor too, like really caramelly.
Yeah, and especially with when you talk about rye bread, sometimes the corn on rye bread can be a bit like herbally and just have this slight touch of bitterness, and that kind of it reminds me a bit of the bitterness you get from the hops in this one.
11.4%. I'm not sure I mentioned it, but yeah. Hops in here, or malts in here, is Pilsner malt, crystal malts, and caramel malts. Crystal and caramel, isn't that the same? I think so, right? Crystal malts, caramel malts, whatever. It might be a specific version of crystal malt. A specific version of caramel malt.
But generally, I agree with you. I like English barley wines more than American. But I think this one has aged
really
enough.
Well.
Yeah,
really
and the bourbon barrel kind of makes it a really good balance of both worlds.
Caramel, toffee, fudge.
Yeah.
It's really like a caramel forward one. Like there is some dark fruit as well, but not as much as like really caramel toffee forward. With that kind of bite of hops. A green, like or a red apple resonates with me.
Maybe a touch of butterscotch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just a little. But it's really nice. And it's really oily. Yeah, if you like
super biscuity.
Yeah, super biscuity and bready and just like a real malt cannon with extra complexity from barrel, which is what I love about the barley wines. Like the complexity on these beers are so big.
Yeah.
But it's getting rarer and rarer that you see them, unfortunately. But I also think it's not for a lot of people because it's like sweet and caramelly and fudgy and like really malty. It seems like a lot of people, they don't like when beers are really malty, like really malty.
But that's just weird. Why do you love like super chocolatey beers then?
Well, because it tastes more like chocolate, whereas this really tastes like...
people just want it to taste like fucking candy bars or cake instead of beer.
Even though we're guilty of that as well, but this actually tastes like
I think
beer.
we like both.
Yeah.
We can appreciate both.
Yes. But I think it's just a shame that less and less people are appreciating this.
Yeah.
Because I think it's great. It's like if you ever chew on fresh caramel malts, the crystal malts, it's these kind of flavors. It tastes like those deep flavors. Like fucking if you open a bag of Thomas Fawcett crystal malt, like their dark crystal, and chew on that, it's like a similar flavor that's in here. It just tastes so nice and complex.
Yeah.
And that's why it's very nice. But
we sound like saints.
We sound like saints and old guys.
Yeah.
But it's great. And then we just reviewed a beer earlier that was just drenched in cinnamon,
Yeah.
but both worlds can be fantastic. And everyone loves that kind of beer, but not as many people like this anymore.
No.
But I'd love to hear from you guys. Are any of you guys watching not liking barley wine at all? It'd be fun to hear because I think a lot of people don't like it because they can get so almost like cloying because of all that sweet malt and everything. But it's I think this is really
But this one is not cloying because it has the
it's
like
the
bourbon
hops,
oaky thing to dry it out, and it has a bit of like a slight hoppy snap.
Yeah,
which is really good. Great.
I'm thinking like a 95.
Yeah,
it's just a really nice barrel aged barley wine.
95, like just into the early world class stage.
Yeah. It's damn good. So,
yeah.
If you guys have a chance to try the Binkie Claws between Binkie Claws Woodford Reserve Barrel Aged collab between Hair of the Dog and Breweries de Molen, let us know what you thought of it. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram and all that social media jazz. Drink some barley wine because barley wine is life, and praise Mary's daughter. And we're gonna say cheers.
Cheers.
And see you guys in another beer review.